if you were looking for the Trump administration to dial it back or tone it down or maybe soften or meekly triangulate the messaging, well, you'd be sorely disappointed. The president once again making it very clear. He not only has a very strong position as it relates to how he expects to handle North Korea, this White House is doing something we have not seen previous White Houses do as it relates to Pyongyang. Let me take you to Twitter for the folks at home that were not able to see this tweet. It's a pretty strong one. He says, North Korean leader Kim Jong Un just stated that the nuclear button is on his desk at all times. Will someone tell his depleted and food-starved regime, please inform him that I, too, have a nuclear button, but it is a much bigger and more powerful one than his, and my button works. I know what you're saying. Really? But you know what? The message is certainly clear, if nothing else. Clear indication that he has a willingness, Bill, to ratchet up the rhetoric when it comes to Pyongyang, which the folks here at the White House argue, frankly, has flaunted international norms for decades while fleecing the U.S. and China and Russia and others under the threat of war. But as you can well imagine on Capitol Hill, some lawmakers say the president's swagger doesn't help.
The president's tweets have made it more difficult for diplomacy to work. We know that the only reasonable solution to the North Korean crisis is through diplomacy, and the president's tweets make that more challenging.
Okay, so really what we're talking about here is diplomacy from one perspective and diplomacy as an option from the other perspective. White House officials not long ago saying that, listen, diplomacy, like all other options, remain on the table, though they also point out, Bill, at least to this point, diplomacy has proven fairly ineffective in getting Pyongyang to agree to international norms.
He is very focused on foreign aid as well, this time taking a shot at the Palestinian Authority. What's that message about, and what has been the return serve in the Middle East?
Well, listen, I think it's fair to say, and you know this certainly more than most, that's red meat for his base. I mean, anytime you talk about foreign aid and the tens of millions and in some cases even billions of dollars that this country sends across the globe in foreign aid, it certainly stirs up passion, to say the least. And the president making it clear that there's an expectation that goes along with the money that goes to places like the Palestinian Authority. Again, let me take you back to Twitter, and I'm going to paraphrase this one because it was somewhat long. He said this: we pay the Palestinians hundreds of millions of dollars a year and get no appreciation or respect. They don't even want to negotiate a long overdue peace treaty with Israel. He adds, with the Palestinians no longer willing to talk peace, why should we make any of these massive future payments to them? And while White House officials do acknowledge there's a usefulness, frankly, of a cooperative financial package to help stabilize and encourage developing economies, the president obviously making it clear that there's an expectation that comes along with the aid. And I think it's also fair to say, Bill, that is an unusual take by an American president. Heretofore, we have not seen one put it out just like that. Bill?
Thank you, Kevin. Kevin Cork, North Lawn right there. Thank you, sir.